We're back at the Midrash David Chaya. We have learning siman reish mem in Yoredeya, honoring parents, honoring father and mother. So the Chacham over here in Shulchan Aruch tells us, Ezehu kavod ve'ezehu mora v'dinehem. You there with me? This is the introduction. Ezehu mora kavod. What is called honor, and what ezehu mora? What is called fearing? V'dinehem, and we're going to discuss the rules in reference to how to fulfill it properly. Where the Torah tells us it's a Torah mitzvah from the Torah. The Torah tells us, you must honor your father and your mother. And then in another place in Leikra it says, what does it say there? Ish et aviv ve'imo tira'u. It says, Ish et imo ve'aviv tira'u. A man should fear his mother and his father. So the Torah tells us those two elements. So Shulchan Aruch over here, today is the 26th of the month of Tevet, Sunday, the first day of the week of Parashat Shabbat Bo. We're going to discuss here with Rabbi Ari Elishem, Pshat U'Matzlachat. There are, says over here in Shulchan Aruch, there are 25 halachot in reference to that in Shulchan Aruch, and then we're going to have offshoots, right, of each one explaining. So the first halacha, Aleph. See, if Aleph means the first halacha. Tzarich lezaher me'od bechvod aviv ve'imo uv'mora'am. A person tzarich lezaher, a person should be very cautious and careful, bechvod, in honor, aviv, of his father and his mother, uv'mora'am, and fear them. So this is Shulchan Aruch, how he starts this siman. Haggah is the Rema. Rema was a contemporary at the same time as Shulchan Aruch, as Bet Yosef, and he wrote also halachot of how to, made a sefer of the halachot. The world accepted the Maran, the Shulchan Aruch Bet Yosef, and then Rema, he was machnia himself. He put his head down and said he's a bigger Talmid Chacham than me. He lives in a holier place, Tzfat. So Rema which was Ashkenazi at the same time as Maran, but he agreed that he should be like a addition, Haggah, or like a corrections, or to point out, as we know that Shulchan Aruch, by the way, says clearly, I am not the authority to tell you that's the law and finished. Even though we appointed him as an authority. But in reality, the Maran Shulchan Aruch, he is what? He is stating in his introduction of his book, of the four different elements that he discusses in Shulchan Aruch. Maran says, I am not the authority that is, you must listen to me whatever I say. No. What I did is, Maran told, what did Shulchan Aruch Maran do with Yosef? He collected all the authorities, right? And in the end, he said, we can't have too many different ways of living. The Jewish nation will fall apart. Like today, you see Muslims, they have over 960 Qurans. Christians, they have 1,600 Bibles. Because each one came up with his own ideas and with his own understandings. Torah says, Maran, we have to follow a line that cannot be broken. We follow by the Rishonim, right? The Amoraim. We have like this, Tanaim, Amoraim, Rishonim, and then, Geonim and Rishonim. So Maran says, I'm going to make a conclusion, but my conclusion is not definite. As long as you have, in your communities where you live, you follow that halacha, and it coincides with obviously with somebody who's a giant who made that halacha for you, then no problem. You don't have to change your ways. And that's what Ramah comes in. Ramah comes in, and that's called Haggah. Haggah means he is pointing out certain things. And throughout the whole Shulchan Aruch, he does that. Many times he agrees with Bet Yosef, and many times he will disagree. Meaning that you, Shulchan Aruch, told us, we don't have to follow you. We don't have to follow you exactly. Because in reality, we have a strong foundation. So that's what Maran says. Bet Yosef, in his production, he says clearly, you don't have to follow me if you have a strong foundation. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to bring you the opinions of X, Y, and Z, and how I came to the conclusion. That's Bet Yosef, Tur Shulchan Aruch. Now we're learning Shulchan Aruch. Now we're learning where he came to the conclusion, and he says this should be the halacha, and everyone who doesn't have a strong foundation against what I'm saying, you must follow this. Because it's for your own good. Because that's what Hashem wants. How do we know it's for your own good in the end? So there is a Masorah that we have a acceptance that Maran Shulchan Aruch, he was a real holy person who was actually visited by angels and telling him, yes, this is what you're correct on this statement. The Shulchan Aruch was discussing a certain subject, and he didn't know who's correct. Rambam, Riv, Rosh, and then he would come to a conclusion. They were telling him, yes, he would be called a Maggid. A Maggid means there was a spiritual element to Maran's understanding, and in the end giving the real Psak Halacha. Because in reality, without that, we would be lost. Okay? But we don't listen to angels when it comes to Torah. What happened was, there was a discussion between the Rishonim. Maran had to come to a final conclusion, because you can't have too many rules. You can't have everybody's right. In the end, what's the way that Hashem wants us to live? And so he was given a stamp, and that's how we have the halacha. So Haggah says the following.
No, a quick question.
Yes.
On this, it's the the Shulchan Aruch. It's the same Shulchan Aruch that everyone refers to.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes, but there's different Shulchan Aruch Harav. There's if you add a different name, there's different Rabbonim who were following the same kind of significance, same idea, and like today, how are we following Yalkut Yosef? How are we following all the halachot? Again, so it's by Yas we have usually the older, the later Rabbanim, and they give, let's say, the halacha, if Shulchan Aruch is not discussing a certain topic. And this Rav does discuss, so we follow this Rav because he has more ground that he covered, and he wrote it down. And obviously, that's why Rabbi Wadi Yosef, he brings down, like, you've opened any question in the halacha, he brings you like 20, anywhere between 40 to 50 sources, maybe even to 100 sources, to tell you that's the halacha. Okay? And again, to each his own. So then we go back to the Masoret. What did my fathers do? What did my grandfathers do? This is a whole lineage. It's not so simple. It's not clear cut. Shulchan Aruch says that's halacha. It's not true.
Because if you have a solid tradition,
right,
you don't listen to him. You
don't listen to him again. But you cannot just listen to him because you know why my father did this. Hello, Habibi, what do you mean your father? What's the foundation of this?
What's the
foundation?
If Moroccans follow Rambam, they don't have to follow a lot of the stuff.
Yes and no. It's not so simple. It has to be that something that again. Remember what's the trick here? The Yetzer Hara always tricks us. He wants us to create another law, something different, and that something could actually destroy a community. And many times it did. Many times it does destroy communities. Because now, Rabbi, I know the whole Shulchan Aruch, I know everything, and I'm a rabbi tell you this is what you should do. Hello? Okay, if there is again, what's the element that he must have? We learned it today? Yirat Shamayim. Rav has to have fear of God. Fear of God. And it says over there clearly, the Gemara says, you're not allowed to follow any Rav who does not, he's not mimicking an angel. If he's not an angel, don't follow him. He must be like an angel in your eyes, which means that he is elevated and he's kadosh, he's holy, that you know there is no playing games. Okay? But unfortunately, I know many communities were destroyed by this kind of, sometimes not said, everybody must listen to me. Who do you think you are? A Rav is the first rule. A Rav can never say, everybody must listen to me. Never. Never. If he says it, excuse me, all my guards are right away, all the lamps are going up. Oh, wait a minute. Who do you think you are? Who you think you are? Or everybody must listen to Rishon LeZion. Who said that?
Meaning the chief rabbi.
The chief rabbi. No, we don't have such a Torah. There is no such a Torah that says you must listen to the chief rabbi of Israel. I don't have to. I didn't ask him a question. Why should I listen to him? If you ask a question from a Rav, and you don't follow, you call up a rabbi. Rabbi, what should I do? Here's the answer. Rabbi, thank you very much for you. Bye-bye. I'll do whatever I want. Haram. This person is a destroyer. Why did you ask, first of all? If you're not going to listen, why did you? But once you asked already, you have to understand that Hashem is talking out of the Rav. Hashem wants you to do it. And you go against it? A guy goes on the television, everybody, Rishon LeZion said like this, everybody must do. Who said? Sarah Torah, Rab Chaim Kanievsky said, excuse me, where are you coming with this Torah? That's Christianity, by the way. That's not our Torah. A Torah is the diyun. If you want a community, you want the whole Israel to do something, you must gather all the Rabbonim who have prominent names, people that that are Shulchan Aruch full time. They have a meeting, and they decide. They voted and they decided what to do. Now, even then, it will be a question if I'm obligated to listen to them. But still, at least it smells like Torah. The chief rabbi said this. Sarah said this. Who told you this? Where did this sort of come from? That's not Torah. Okay, that's side note. Let's go. Let's see what happened over here. Maran just stated a statement, right? He only asked. He said, "Tzarich lezaher, you must be careful of honoring your parents very much, because aviv v'imo, father and mother, uv moram, and you must fear them." I don't understand. Did he say anything extra? So Hagav right away he says, "I'm going to add you something here." What is he adding? Let's see. Umikol makom, mem means umikol makom. However, and beidin kofin al mitzvot kibud av va'em. Today, a beidin, says Rama, today a beidin cannot come and force the son or daughter to honor his father or mother. דהבי אלי מצוות עשה שמתן שכרה בצדה שאין בית דין כופין עליה. You know why the beit din cannot force you? We have a rule. If Torah enumerates the reward for your action, if the Torah enumerates what's the reward for honoring your father and mother? כבד את אביך ואת אמך למען יאריך ימיך. למען יאריכו ימיך. And the Torah tells us, if you honor your father and mother, the purpose of that honoring is going to give you extra life. So basically, if you're going to honor your parents, the Torah does not give us any reward for any mitzvah. Brit Milah, we don't know. Tefillin, we don't know. Mezuzah, we don't, nothing. There's only two mitzvah the Torah tells us that there is a reward for them. Which is, if you honor your father and mother, have a long life. And if you, Torah doesn't enumerate the Torah, it's a Navi, what you're saying. The Torah tells us that there's another mitzvah of Shluch Ken. You send away the bird, mother, and you take the gozalim, the small babies. You send away the mother. The Torah tells you you're going to have a long life. So the easiest mitzvah in the Torah that doesn't cost you any money, and the hardest mitzvah in the Torah that will cost you billions to satisfy your father, it's going to cost you. You have to spend everything just to make them happy. The Torah, and both of those, one is on the one far end, no cost. Came hey, shoo, took away the eggs, or took away the gozalim, took away the baby birds, and then the other side, your father and mother, which is today, no person in the world honors his father and mother. Nobody. In Shamayim, there is not one person. The last one, the Gemara says, the last person who honored his mother and father properly was Esav. Rabbi Tarfon, the Gemara says, his mother would never step on ground outside of the house. You know Rabbi Tarfon is? He's one of the Tanaim in the Gemara. What would he do? Before she raised her hand, raise her leg to step, he would put his hand down and she would step on the hand. And that's how she went to store. He was on the floor crawling in front of her and she would step on his hands. Never touch the ground. He would honor his mother like anything. And the Gemara says, Klum kibedet aviv v'imo. That's not even close to Esav. The honor of Esav. So hard. The hardest mitzvah in the world today. Honoring parents. So you're going to say, if it's so hard, why do I have to bother? Don't worry. You do your best. You're not patur. Just because something is hard, you're not exempt from it. You have to do your best. Okay? So the Beit Din cannot force a person to honor his father and mother because there is a reward next to it. Now, let me ask you a question. Somebody who did the best utmost to honor his father and mother, but he really didn't succeed. So what would happen to him? You tell me he's going to die early? No, his life will be extended. The only question is now, what's the extension is worth? Right? His bank account was deposited, but the question is, what was deposited? Every day there was a deposit of 5 pennies. Or you could have every day depositing $5 million. So which one you want? Right? So it depends on the level of your honoring. That's the level of the deposit of your life. If a person is deserving now to live extra 20 years, the question is, what kind of 20 years he's going to have? So it's all element how much he exhausted himself for the parents, how much he dedicated himself for the parents. That's the 20 years that he's going to have additional life. But yes, what does that mean? That means if a person was born to live 75 years, and he spent 25 years of his life caring for his parents above and beyond from all the other brothers, other siblings, or from what other people do today is what? Zohar. What is a prominent thing today people do with money? Where do they put their old people? Old age home. Or hospice, right? There, let them die over there. Yeah? So the guy says, I'm not putting my parents there. I'm going to keep them in my house. And I'm going to suffer a little bit. And there's going to be yelling and screaming. And there is going to be worse than a 2-year-old. You know that, right? 70-year-old mama, Baba, or grandpa, even worse. Grandpas are worse than grandma. They could scream and yell and they're upset and everything irritates them. You're there, you're honoring them with all the imams there. So now Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to give you back the way you were behaving. So that's the Ramam. Let's see. Do we need to learn anything inside more to Zahav? So let's just see what does that mean. The Beit Din cannot force you to honor your parents. We're in Turei Zahav over here, right here. And Beit Din.
Remember today, maybe off the record, they were recording.
Okay, let's put it on pause.
Sometimes you could hear from an adult.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say from an adult. Why are you wasting so much time?
Good. No.
Here or there.
This should be recorded. It should not be stopped. It's simple. Today we're all. My mother, auntie. If you have anybody auntie, it's my mother. Let me just tell you guys, whatever your mothers are, my mother's auntie. The auntie of the auntie.
No, Baruch Hashem.
Okay, so how do you do it? I want to keep Shabbat. I want to do something.
Exactly.
What's going on here? How do we do Kibbud Avayim? Good. Tolerant. Yes, mommy. First of all, first rule is don't live in the same city. First rule is don't live in the city. Yeah. The Gemara.
So how are you gonna?
Hold on.
Respect and honor.
Good. You ask the honor over the phone. Big deal. Yes, mommy. Nothing. She's not on top of somebody. This is a Mama's Friday. I get a phone call. Who? One of the people that asks me for guidance. Her mother comes into their house and makes a whole ruckus. Every time she comes. They change the lock. I can't. So what can he do? Halacha is very simple. Stay away. If the parents and children don't get along, the further the better. People, what's the distance of nida? What's the purpose of nida? For man with his wife constantly, there's a lot of quarrels. 2-3 weeks apart, 2 weeks apart, khalas. Now there's more, itkarvut, right? Same thing. There are certain things, but all question is b'neimut. You don't have to scream back. You don't have to answer. I'm challenged with that. You don't understand every word my mother calls me up. F you, schmef you, all the curses in the world. Why? Because you didn't say happy birthday to one of your siblings. I get an F you for that. Okay? What are you going to do? My mother is truly auntie. But she comes to Florida. I live, that's one of the reasons. She's in Brooklyn, I'm in Florida. Leave me alone. She was in Borough Park, I live in Queens. Halas, distance. But once you're in interaction, there is no heter to scream back. I talk loud, you know me. My daughter sits in the car. Pa, why are you talking back to your mother out loud? Oh, well, that's right. That's all right. It's a good comment.
Yeah, my kids.
Even though
sometimes you forget.
No. But my children.
Kids.
Yes. But my children know that I talk loud. Everybody knows the whole world. You don't see everybody's running right away when Rabbi Safra gives a shiur. Everybody. Some schools throw me out. I talk too loud, right? So now what the children are going to think? Lower your voice. You have to yes. You have to understand that you're dealing right now with God. Your mother and your father are God, Hashem. Not always they're going to have to agree with you. So then I agree. Okay. My mother doesn't like Torah. I don't know why. She grows up totally anti. Like a communist.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Okay. Yes, mama. Все хорошо. She comes to my house. I let her cook. I let her do everything. To her house, I wouldn't touch anything there. But my house, everything. My house, I let her do. I'm not like one of those, she's not religious, don't let her cook. No, she knows.
No, because you can supervise.
No, not supervised. Everything is written, right?
Also,
Me,
when they
basari,
come to your-
halali.
when they come to your house,
They're
there's
more.
a switch.
Not so much in my house. Not so much in my
but-
house.
Yeah.
In my
They
house.
forget.
Hey,
they-
forget. Do me
I
a favor.
No,
Do me a favor. I have
I'm not
rules.
used to it.
I have rules.
It's
But
okay.
still, the way they would do it at home is
Habibi, so my mother comes and she's sitting naked for Kiddush. What are you going to do? I sit, I don't say anything. I mean, I say something to my wife. I said, maybe give her a coat or something. Give her
what they see.
what's his name? Give her, not chalad, what's his name? Scarf. Give her something. I wait. I don't say, they already know. I'm going to start talking back to God. I don't talk. Mommy, please. Chaya, take care of it. My wife, take care of it. My wife, my mother loves my wife more than me. Just to let you know. They love each other like I don't know what. I say, Ma, I'm not making Kiddush. I can't make Kiddush. She's naked here. It's asur. I'm allowed to make Kiddush. Some rabbis are making kelim. Okay, that's their problem. I can't. Not allowed to. Halakha says not allowed to. She's sitting right in front of me. Everything is open. You know what I'm talking about. Russian style. Russian blondine style, you know? Yeah, what are you going to do? So I don't say anything. I let my wife fight over there. Nicely, 1, 2, 3. My mother, she puts it on. Okay. No, make a Kiddush. Okay, but it's all, Zohar, it's all about in your mouth, how you say it. The most thing. So I told her, make a deal with your mother. I told this lady on Friday, make a deal with your mother, whatever it is, just, speak to her. Put boundaries. Hello, excuse me. Coming home to my house, I have 6 kids in the house. She's the worst girl. But this comment, that comment, curse this. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. If not, and so of course, so the Gemara says, leave town. The halakha is leave town. Go to a different town. What are you going to do? The punishment is so severe. If you can't control yourself, leave town. That's what I do. Leave town. I call my mother sometimes, only if she calls me. My father, same thing. I don't call them, just to bother them. They call me, they reach out to me first, then I approach them. You're talking to God. Hashem measures your fear of Him through your parents.
But to call your parents is not, I'm saying today, it's not, it's at least
Disturbing?
to show some,
It's disturbance. I understand that's what America teaches you. No, you don't disturb them. Why should you call them?
They get offended.
No, they call you. They
If I
want to
call
talk
my mother at
you
least
know,
once a week.
You ever saw those movies? Speak.
My mom goes crazy.
So okay, so that's okay. So if that's the way that your mother wants it, then no problem. Not mine. Don't talk to me. I don't talk to you. Bye bye. Khalas. My mother. If you call her, it's like I wait. I wait for her to reach out to me. Yes, Mama. People get worried. Another way around. Who are you? You speak to when you're spoken to. If you take a look at all those old
That's how
the
it
movies,
used to be.
yeah, you don't speak until you're spoken to.
I was.
America, you must call your parents. Habibi, who told you? Oh, I get a phone call from Israel. You won't believe it. The guys call me nonstop. My son. They want money. I said, gear this, we have to buy this. And non-stop, he just called me for this. I said, Habibi, I don't understand. I have to. You went to the Israeli army. I have to give them money to give you a gear for your army. What kind of nonsense is this? I get irritated. Yes, as a father, I get. What are you calling me for this one? What does that mean? Army? You went to the army? First of all, against my rule, against my halakha. It's against halakha to go to join the Israeli army. I'm sorry. You went there. Now he's calling me. Go get. I said, I'm sorry. I'm not getting involved. But yes, I get irritated when he calls me. If I need something from him, I also don't call. I don't bother him. Well, if I send a message, he calls my wife. One day, you don't understand what he did to me. One Shabbat Friday, he tells my wife, we were in Gaza caves the other day. They went to the Ma'arot, the caves. And he tells this to my wife every Shabbat. The whole Shabbat, she's crying. I call up today and say, are you crazy? I left him a message. Mister, you don't tell your mother anything you do in the Israeli army. Don't tell her nothing. Yeah? Again, you reached out to your parents. Parents start being concerned. So, I don't call. I say don't call your parents, ever. If they call you, they initiated the contact, go contact them back. Till then, stay quiet. Because anytime you talk to them, you're doing an Aveira. If you misspoke something, you mispronounced something, your tone of voice, you're dealing
Upset
with,
them.
made them upset, you're over Isur Doraita, and you're punishing yourself. So was it worth? Yeah, but Rabbi, my mother gets upset. Okay. Today we have Baruch Hashem WhatsApp. Make a video. Mommy, how you doing? I missed you. I love you. Come visit me. Bye-bye. Khalas. The less you are negotiating with fire, the better. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It is. It's fire. People don't understand. I know in America, because America is trying to brainwash you. Because you understand the whole concept was that you don't honor your parents. You don't honor your parents because they know that's the only way the Jewish continuity is. We honor our parents. We put our parents on the pedestal.
But how if you don't, that's one thing I don't. If you're not reaching out to see how you're doing, how you're feeling.
I told you just now. Send a video WhatsApp. You don't get on the phone. You don't unless they call you on the phone. You don't. You stay away from fire. Again, what's the difference? You stay away from fire. Khalas, it's fire. You can never satisfy them. So why should I initiate? If she initiates, I have no choice. I'm stuck. I'm against the wall. Yes, mommy. Yes, papa. Как дела? How you doing? What should I do?
Okay,
can I help you?
How you can say this in the face of what Paru several parshas ago?
Yeah.
Right. Yaakov had a bunch of problems because he didn't rush to be with his father.
Because the only time that he got punished.
But he had problems.
One second, but when did he get punished?
He left
Good question.
for 22 years.
Good, very good question.
The same amount of time.
You ask a good question. No, it's not true. He was away from his father for 36 years, first of all. He was only punished, by the way, for 6 years. 6 years of his sin. His sin was 8 years.
That he delayed.
That's right.
When he was coming back.
Right. No, he was not told to make money there. The 8 years had a ripple effect that he was punished for 22 years.
Last 6?
6 and 2 years travel.
He stayed to make money.
That's right.
That's the time.
But
I know Pirikrutilus.
No, what happened was that since he decided to stay and make money, he didn't fulfill his will, his parents' will. Had he come back 14 years after...
No, but the mother said, you come back when I send this lady. She sent the lady, he went back.
That's not what his father said. Who cares what his mother said? The father is the law. Mother is not the law.
I don't remember reading anything
The
about it.
mother told him to go.
I don't care. No, give me the Chumash.
The mother told him to go. The mother told him, when I send you this lady, you come back.
No. I don't care what the mother says. Right here.
She sent the lady, he came back.
Habibi, stop arguing with me.
Well, I'm just saying.
Stop. Okay. Here. Parashat. The end of Parashat. Toldot, right?
Toldot.
The end of Parashat
Is it in
Toldot.
Toldot? No, I think it's
Yes,
in the next one.
it's Toldot. Parashat Toldot. Here, the end. Vayomer lo Yitzchak aviv mi ata... No, not this. 1 second. Okay, here. ויקרא יצחק אל יעקב ויברך אותו. ויקרא יצחק and Yitzchak called Yaakov and blessed him. ויצווהו ויאמר לו. He commanded him saying, לא תיקח אישה מבנות כנען. First of all, don't take the Canaanite girls. קום לך פדן ארם, go פדן ארם, ביתה עוד בתואל, אבי אמך, וקח לך משם אישה מבנות לבן, חיי אחי אמך. ויש אתה יברך אותך ויברך וירבך והיית לקהל עמים, ויתן לך את ברכת אברהם, וישלח יצחק את יעקב, וילך פדן ארם, אל לבן, אל בתואל ארמי, אחי רבקה עם יעקב ועשיו. Now,
that's in the beginning.
1 second, not beginning, that's the end already.
No, that's the beginning when he sent him away.
That's the end. You said to me what the mother says. Who cares what the mother says? One more time. So we're going to learn. Baruch Hashem, we're learning the right topic. There's going to be a lot of conflict between father and mother. Mother says, Mother says, you're right. So the mother says, go run away to Haran. וישבת עמו ימים אחדים עד אשר תשוב חמת אחיך. Until your father forgets that עד אשוב אחיך ממך ושכח את אשר עשית לו ושלחתי ולקחתיך משם למה אשקל גם שני... That's right. That's mother. What does Yitzchak say? Yitzchak says, no. You go to Laban, Bibnot Laban achi imecha. Get married. That's it. He didn't say, until I call you back. So now there's a conflict between mother and father. Who do we listen? Halacha is if you listen to the father. Because the realization is, I know today in the world they don't teach you this. They teach you that it's equality, but it's not true. The halacha is when the mother is obligated to honor the father. As the Torah says, Ezu isha kshara, what is a kosher woman? What is an appropriate wife? A woman who follows everything that her husband deems. That's the Gemara says. So we learn from there what? That a woman is obligated to listen to the father. And so too the children are obligated to listen to the father. When there is a machloket, when there's a dispute between both, the son must follow the father.
She's not conflicting with.
Of course she's conflicting. She said to Yaakov, you stay there until I call you.
Okay, but then the father.
But the father says, no, go there, get married.
Get married. Okay.
Get married, what means?
She didn't say, after that, she didn't say, no, I told you.
Good, but good, no. She's asking, so 1 second, what's going on here? The father said, come back after you get married.
That's it.
So now, why did Yaakov even get
He
punished?
didn't say come back. He said go get married.
No, of course it means come back. What else does it mean?
But get married, you have
It
to
says
build a
there-
bite, you have to...
No. Once you get married, come back. I have plenty. Yitzchak was a multi-billionaire. What do you need money there for? What do you need money for? Yitzchak was a zillionaire.
So it was an extra...
Zillionaire. He was the richest man in the world. Everybody was jealous of him. That was a whole machlokes over there between Palestinian. Yeah. It's Palestinian and everything. Yitzchak was a zillionaire. He had wells. He had in the desert. He was controlling the whole area. Everybody was the Palestinian was. Oh, please leave us. You're the most richest man. Leave us alone.
Just like today.
Yeah.
We're still...
Okay, whatever. But you see that there is such a concept. The element is I don't need your money. Get married, come back. You work for 14 years. Got your wife. Yosef was born. Bye-bye. Run. Why you waited there?
Yaakov stay?
No, nothing to say. That's why he got punished. He got punished for 22 years.
Why would
Why?
he
Because
want
he
to...
listened to his mother?
No, but
He
one
didn't
second,
listen
one
to his
second.
mother. He didn't
Why
listen
would
to his
Yaakov
father.
want to stay
But
with Lavan?
the whole thing started from him listening to his mother.
Well, no, he listened to his father. What do you
No,
mean?
1 second.
But the father finished.
Hold on a
Father
second.
Wait.
finished.
If
Yeah.
he doesn't listen to his mother,
If the
he
mother
doesn't, he doesn't go in to take the bracha. He doesn't do it. The whole thing started with the mother.
No, the whole thing started from him. That's why we were punished. The whole thing started from him. He is the reason why the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed in the whole thing. The whole thing started from him. He stole the brachot. What do you mean? He stole the bechorah. He took away the bechorah from a
He didn't
desperate man.
steal it.
Of course he did.
He didn't steal it.
Of course he did.
Nonsense.
Of course he did.
Nonsense.
Yes, he did. A
he
man
didn't.
is begging you for food. You tell him, oh, by the way, I'll give you
bought
food.
it.
Do
He
me a favor.
bought it.
Do me a favor.
Rabbi, how is he
favor.
begging? Esav was
Who's
begging for
begging?
food. They're
Food, yeah,
billionaires.
exactly.
They're billionaires. He's begging you for food?
That's right. That's right. Exactly that. Why?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
He
so you don't
wasn't
know the whole
begging.
story.
How was he begging?
So
How
look
was
at the
he
pasuk.
begging?
What is he saying?
He went in a couple of hours. Brought an animal to his father.
Do
Who's
you know
begging
why
for food?
Yosef? What
He sold it. He
what,
said, it's worthless anyway.
What was Yaakov
He
cooking?
made fun of it. Esav.
What was Yaakov
Bean
cooking?
soup for the
Not bean soup. Which beans?
Lentil.
lentil.
What's lentil? Gemara says.
For
The lentil
for
is the
funeral.
most unhealthiest beans ever to eat. Did you know that the Gemara says?
No.
Lentil specifically is the worst thing to eat.
So why you give it?
So why did Yaakov cook it? You didn't know. You should hear my Divrei Torah about this whole thing.
This commentary that
Nah,
says,
Habibi, you know what
commentary
happened?
says he did it for Avram's funeral.
No, you know when
to
he was
do the
cooking
right
the
thing by
Yes,
his
yes.
father.
Also, it's a big question. I have a million questions on this, and it's all doesn't make sense. It happened at the age of 62. Bichlal.
Who was 62?
60. They were both 62. Yaakov Avinu died 47 years prior. Abraham Avinu died. It has nothing to do with Abraham Avinu. The whole thing has to do with Yitzchak. And that's why Esav couldn't get food anywhere else. Why? Because what's happening was like this. Yaakov Avinu, what happened to him, the Rashi says? Why couldn't he see anymore? Why was he concerned? Yitzchak Avinu. Why was Yitzchak Avinu concerned and he wanted to bless Esav? What happened? You know in Rashi there?
I learned
Rashi says,
doesn't say anything.
Rashi says, because Yitzchak got to 5 years, within 5 years
of
close
his father's
to
death.
the death of
He didn't know
Sarah
when he was-
Imenu.
right,
The
he
Sarah
didn't know when he
Imenu
was
death.
gonna die by-
Good,
by
so
his
it's
father or by
122.
his
So
mother.
how old was he? 122, 123, Rashi
Okay.
says. How old were the boys? 63. When did Yaakov Avinu buy the Bechorah from Esav? Prior to that, maybe a month or two. How do we know that? Because
Rashi,
what happened?
Rashi there says
What happened?
that
Yaakov,
that God
Yitzchak
saved
Avinu, hold
Abraham
on.
from seeing
Hold
that
on.
this
hold
guy
on.
killed people.
Good.
The same day he killed
Hold
somebody.
on. Rashi, Yitzchak Avinu got sick. Why is he getting sick? Why is he afraid? He is afraid that he's coming close to his death. Right?
Yeah.
Now, so what was the siman? He lost his eyesight. He's lost his eyesight. Now, what's happening to a man when he loses his eyesight?
He's dead.
He's dead. And what are people trying to do around him? Try to cure him. So now, the whole household, everybody was busy with what? Trying to cure Yitzchak Avinu. Yaakov Avinu and Esav, they were honoring the father. They didn't want to touch anything in the house that could be beneficial to Yitzchak's health. So what was Yaakov cooking? Which is not beneficial for anything. Lentils. Lentils is the only food that's not have zero benefit to humans, says the Gemara. So Yaakov Avinu came out and he's cooking lentils. And what does Esav see? Wait a minute, you get lentils. Esav was Kibbutz Avraham was the greatest from all. So Esav said, I'm going to eat from your lentils and not going to touch anything in the food because maybe those that we have will heal the father. So he's refraining from that. He comes to Yaakov. Yaakov, you're cooking lentils, right? Yes. Do me a favor, I want it. Wait a minute, you want it? You want it? Sell me your bechorah. That's trickery. The Gemara actually, the Torah says it's trickery. The man was desperate for food. Give him food.
Esav couldn't make his own lentil?
Yaakov already had it cooked.
So what?
Again.
So you sell bechorah because you put a plate
No.
of soup?
Be'ibez.
He's starving. He didn't eat for 30 days.
Good. So be'ibez Esav. That's why the Torah has a ta'ana against him. Ve'ibez Esav bechorah. He disregarded the bechorah.
Yeah.
To him it was nothing.
Yeah.
But in reality, between me and you, what are we taught? From the day one, what are you taught? Help others. Here you have a desperate person. He's seeking for food.
I don't think he was desperate.
He was desperate. Of course he was. You don't think. I'm telling you he's desperate. Kibbutz Avayim. Where did Esav live? With his father. So everything in the house belongs that will make father healthy. Not touching anything. I'm afraid to touch
There was no
anything.
more lentil. This was the last.
This was the cooked lentil. Takes time to cook. You know that, right? You have to till it becomes soft. You have to soak it in water till that. There's a whole process. Yes. And Yaakov Avinu is ready already. Why should I wait? I need to eat now. Must eat now. That's Esav.
Rabbi.
But he was honoring his father.
It's you know what it is?
And that's called stealing.
There's a
and by the way, what happened in the end?
Full of gold outside.
What happened in the end,
There's
Habibi?
a truck full of gold outside.
Zohar, no matter how you dice it, slice it. Zohar, no matter how you slice it and dice it. What happened to our first Beit HaMikdash? Destroyed. Second Beit HaMikdash? Destroyed. Why? Because Esav cried. Why did he cry? Because Yaakov took the Bechorah from him with
Guile.
With mirma.
With
theft. That's right. No matter how you slice it or dice it. The Gemara says the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because of that. So what you want to say? No, Yaakov Avinu did it right. No, he didn't. You see that he didn't.
No, he did it.
He made a cheshbon. He made a cheshbon.
He listened to his mom.
He made a cheshbon. Listen, Mavadar Shmada.
Wasn't his personality.
Did he make a cheshbon?
He decided.
Did he make a cheshbon? He made a cheshbon.
But this is why God changed his name, no?
What? No, Yaakov to that's.
So it wouldn't be associated.
Yaakov is the perfect.
No, one second.
Yaakov is the perfect one.
No, Israel is more perfect. You forgot. You forgot.
He gave him Israel to be an officer, to take it, according to Rashi, to take it away from being a thief.
Yeah,
Because
and by the way, Yaakov,
in his name is thief.
We already learned in Yirat Hashem that Bnei Yaakov is actually, when Hashem refers to us, Bnei Yaakov, he's angry with us.
Right.
When he tells us Bnei Israel, he's happy with us. You were not in the shul, but you know about it. All right, gentlemen, let's finish it over here. Let's just quickly... Huh? Babushka. I love it. All right, gentlemen, let's just finish it off over here, and we'll hopefully continue next time.
Yeah.